martial law was like one of the dark times in Philippine history.
When we think about martial law, it's mostly the propaganda, the false news.
It's the source of corruption that would affect the current generation.
The way that they implemented it, it wasn't right. Like, they were killing people, they were abducting people, they were kidnapping.
A lot of people have disappeared due to martial law, and then there were a lot of deaths and tortures also because of it.
Nothing will ever trump human lives and protecting them. So nothing should come from the cost of that.
Hello everyone, this is Andre from GEPCOMM Z64. The San Juanico Bridge. It was once the longest bridge in Asia. This bridge was actually a gift from former President Ferdinand Marcos to his wife, Imelda. But did you know that this San Juanico Bridge is also the term used as a form of torture during the martial law? Today we're here at De La Salle University to gather public opinion and the insights of the people here regarding martial law. Now, what do the students and professors have to say about this significant period in our time? Before WiseOwl's Project Habilin Season 2 is brought about to the public, our group wanted to know what our peers thought about in regards to martial law. And so we went to DLSU Manila in order to investigate this. We asked them for their opinions and viewpoints about this topic. So can you guys introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Louis, AB History.
Hi, I'm Julius, same course as him, AB History.
Hi, I'm Gavi and I'm ID 121.
Sayan, literature.
Andrea Sperilia, international studies.
So we're going around the campus asking people lang about their opinions on martial law, right? So do you know what martial law is?
From what I heard from some family members who were either born or alive during that time, martial law was like one of the dark times in Philippine history because a lot of people didn't have the basic rights they need because our president at the time declared the country under this ruling that if you're suspected of something, you can either get arrested without any trial, or a lot of people have disappeared due to martial law, and then there were a lot of deaths and tortures also because of it.
Regarding martial law, syempre we have different opinions on it. Some may be good, some may be bad. Pero some things are undeniable. There must be effects that have come from the establishment of that martial law. So what do you think are the effects in the current times?
I would say talaga in the bad times of the martial law, it's the source of corruption that would affect the current generation.
When we think about martial law, it's mostly the propaganda, the false news. Martial law was not really a fair, nor it was mostly unjust, to be honest.
So technically, let's say that there's a political law, like you're voting, you might like vote for the wrong person, so that could, continue the flow of corruption.
How does the media perceive martial law, especially in the perspective of Gen Z?
I think in the perspective of Gen Z, with how social media has progressed and developed, it has become a little bit polarizing, and people can be very divided on how they perceive martial law, especially when they compare it to the media that they have consumed. So depending on what they have seen online, they can either think that it is good or it was necessary, or they can think that it is completely unnecessary and should not have happened.
Some experiences like from my dad and his brother, my ninong, and my grandparents, they experienced something harsh. They went to Malacanang along with other protesters. It was peaceful naman, their protest. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the soldiers at Malacanang started firing at them. So they had to run away for safety.
As far as I know, our history books don't really cover much about martial law. So whatever they know about it, they usually get first from social media, what they see online, because that's the media that they consume the most.
Do you think the martial law was a good implementation or a bad implementation?
I think it can be both cases. It depends on what you look at it. Bad kasi, syempre, the way that they implemented it, it wasn't right. Like, they were killing people, they were abducting people, they were kidnapping. And I think it was a good, in a sense na we were able to come as one. Kaya nga may EDSA revolution. That was the effect. So I think that's why it's good kasi parang meron tayong nagawa to solve it. Yun lang yung good about it, I think.
Do you think the martial law having implemented during a time of not so peaceful times, do you think that was a good thing?
No, it was not such a good thing because I think it was more of a bad thing for a lot of people because there are obviously those people who are like Marcos apologists who thinks, oh, it was like the golden era of the Philippines, when in reality for them, they had it easy because either they knew the Marcoses or they were like a government official in power, while those who were just like normal everyday citizens of the Philippines had it rough due to like inflation and arrest and etc. So it was a bad time for the Philippines, specifically for normal citizens like us and students like us.
Do you think it was a good thing?
Definitely no.
No, okay.
Yes, same. I agree with him. Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay, with that in mind, do you think martial law was a good thing or a bad thing?
Without a doubt, I definitely think it's a bad thing. I know that some people think that it was the golden age, and a lot of things were implemented during that time. But at the same time, nothing will ever trump human lives and protecting them. So nothing should come from the cost of that.
What role can Gen Z play so that the martial law that happened 4 decades ago doesn't happen again?
So I think the role that Gen Z can play first is to just be aware and educated of what has happened in the past, because I think it's vital for us to be aware and educated so we know the effects that this has on society, on our history, on the people. And second is to voice out and be active, to voice out what is right, to voice out what that this should never happen again, and that since alam naman natin yung negative impacts that it left on us and our forefathers charot. Basta yung mga generations before us, we should be active in voicing out na it is wrong and it shouldn't happen again, so it won't happen in our generations and for the future generations to come.
So thank you so much. We really appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Yun lang. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. That's it. Sayan, thank you so much for being in the video. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. That's it. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem, Louis.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Understanding our history is crucial in building and shaping a brighter future. And so, as we move forward, let us never forget the lessons that we have learned during the martial law era, and let us champion human rights for all. Join us in preserving the memory of our history so that this martial law remains a reminder of the resilience of our people and the beacon of hope for a brighter tomorrow.